least acknowledging I have a price. I don't stray too far from that price, and there's been plenty of domains that I let go and I say, nope, I've had enough, and I'm going to bow out now because there'll be a new domain coming down the road tomorrow. Make good use of the watch list. Now, what I mean by that is sites that we're going to check out today, which is TDNOM, that's Google's expired domain website, allows you to watch domains. And if you find a domain that meets all the criteria, it's showing a lot of strong backlinks, maybe it's got a listing in the Yahoo directory or DMOZ. From there, what you want to do is you want to add that site to your watch list. You never bid on a domain name, especially if the domain has 0 bids on it, until minutes before the domain ends. The domain auction ends. And the reason is, by bidding, you're simply throwing up a flag to say, look at me, I'm a good value, and I'm worth something, and that's why there's a bid here. And that just draws attention to the domain name. You don't want that. So the last thing I want to talk about is the language. English language. You're building websites based on the English language, and the history has to be exactly that. If you find a website that used to be based on Chinese, Spanish, Greek, Hindu, whatever, you pass. That, again, is a hard, fast rule. You can't deviate from that. And these are the kind of rules that will really protect your money and protect your interest. You'll find that after you start bidding and buying some of these expired domain names, the real work is in building the sites. It doesn't take a lot of time, but if you buy 20 expired domains in a month, you're going to have plenty of work to do, and you don't want to be spending your time on domains that aren't going to provide results. So with that, let's go ahead and let's get started. I've actually gone ahead and I've logged into TDNOM. Now that's as you can see here, this is a GoDaddy aftermarket domain. Pardon me, it's the GoDaddy domain name aftermarket. And if you go straight to GoDaddy.com, you'll see a toolbar kind of like this, and it'll say expired domains or something to that degree. I'll also provide a link to TDNOM as well. What you can do when you go into the TDNOM website is you can click Advanced Search, which pulls up this information right here, and you see a lot of interesting things. I'm going to go through how I like to set things up for myself to be able to sort through domains quickly and easily and identify domains that probably had a website attached to it. The first thing I want to say is we're going to use the metric of traffic that's provided. I actually want to, I don't think I can get out of here right now. There we go. We're going to provide this traffic metric. As you can see right here, it's highlighted traffic. And GoDaddy is telling us that we can expect close to 2,000 visitors at this domain name here. But you know what? We really don't care a darn about this number and how big it is. This is simply an indication. This is an estimate based on traffic that's established to the domain name right now. And we're not looking for that traffic. That traffic probably won't convert nearly as well as the traffic we're going to be able to establish to the domain. Remember, we're not traditional domainers in the sense of the word. If you've been in the domaining industry for a while, really what we are is we're entrepreneurs, we're affiliates, we're website creators, we're webmasters, and we're going to use a lot of different tools to create websites based on these expired domain names that will drive traffic that makes money. So just think of these as a rough number. Now the second thing I want to say is you'll hear me talk about keywords all the time. And when I talk about keywords, I'm simply talking about the type of keywords that I will use to base my website on. In other words, if I find a website on cell phones, I'm going to choose between 20 and 40 search terms that people use to describe cell phones, people that are actively looking to buy cell phones, people that are comparatively shopping for cell phones. And I'm going to take that list of keywords and I'm going to create the pages on the website based off of those keywords. So what is not important really are the words within the domain name. Like this is CTF-OBAC. Now maybe that's, I know CTF stands for capture the flag, so maybe that's capture the flag something. And that's fine. If that website is about who knows what, poodle toys or plant accessories or gardening tools, whatever, I don't care if it's ctobach.com and it doesn't contain rather any search terms. I'm simply interested in aspects that will help this domain name rank well in the future, and that is primarily a long history online. In other words, an established history online, web pages online, and other websites that are linking to that site that are trusted by Google. Other websites that are linking to that site that are ranking well in Google. These are the types of things we're looking for. So with that, all I do at this point really is I just get started with the Wayback Machine. Now, you can see I'm on the Wayback Machine right now. This is at actually archive.org. And you can put in a web address right here, and it'll kind of show you a snapshot of the different history of that domain. Now, what's this? Diggy Affiliate. That sounds kind of interesting to me. So I'm going to put that in, and I'm going to take a look. The word affiliate has got me interested. Now, right away, I see there's been a pretty good history here with a number of pages since 2004. So the domain is already 4 years old, and it looks like it's been updated pretty often. So at this point, I'm just going to click on one of the links, which will basically bring me to a snapshot of what was on that domain at that time. So this is August 31st, 2004. Now, while I do that, I can also go to Yahoo, the Yahoo Site Explorer you can see right here. And I can put that same domain name, and what this is going to tell me is, are there any indexed pages in the Yahoo search engine for this domain? And yes, there are. You can see right here there's 68 pages, and there's also 13 links from other websites that are pointing to this site. So right now I can kind of get an idea by just looking at the pages that are indexed in the site here, what type of pages were on this website. So I see track link, so maybe that has something to do about tracking affiliate sales or something. Then there's welcome to Diggy Affiliate, and it was based on an HTML page. I can see that. That sounds fine. Welcome. Travel to Japan blog. Travel tips, advice on how to save money while visiting Tokyo. Well, that's interesting. I don't see how that relates to affiliate, but whatever. So there's a lot of interest, a lot of pages here, and we'll have to research this further. Let's see what the Wayback Machine brought up. Welcome to Diggy Jean Tokyo blog, Japanese tourism and travel service for tourists traveling to Japan. Okay, I like this right now, and that's, yeah, definitely. So this looks pretty good, because I'm sure we could come up with a nice website based on the term Japanese travel, Japanese tourism. And you see these words right here? I can't highlight it because it's actually used to be in an image, but it said Japanese tourism, so that's good. Travel planning to Japan, that's good. The word tips is there, advice, Tokyo, travel to Japan, okay, that's good. I like this site. This looks like it could be a winner here. And let's go ahead and we're going to fast forward 2 years, and we're going to see what we see. We'll give Wayback Machine a little bit of time, and then I'm going to go back and I'm going to simply click in links now, and what's going to happen is we're going to see what other sites have been linking to. So here's diggyescape.com, and it's linking to Diggy Affiliate. So that's kind of weird. Okay, good. This site has got it's a page rank too. It's got some nice text. We have created 2 sites. And let's see if this is Diggy Affiliate. Yeah, so this link right here is actually, now the anchor text isn't that great. I'd rather see Japanese travel blog or something, but you know, beggars can't be choosers. And all in all, this does look like a pretty decent inbound link. Law crawler, findlaw.com. Now I don't know how that is linking to the site there. Okay, so there's some links from Tokyo. Japanese English. That's another Japanese page. So interesting, you know, not a domain I would get just jumping up and down over and bid hundreds of dollars, but that's pretty interesting right there. Actually, that's a good indication as to how the system works. Now from here, what if we went in and we put Tokyo travel, Japanese travel, and I'm going to go ahead and see if I can find my, where's my spell check? And we'll correct these. There we go. Bring this back to the right size. Now I'm on the Google AdWords keyword tool, and what this will do, it'll give me an idea as far as how much competition there is for these types of terms and how many, what the top bids are for these various terms. So Tokyo travel has a lot of competition. Japan travel, travel to Japan, Japan travel bureau. Now if you see this right here, choose columns to display. I like to drop this down and I like to choose show estimated average CPC. Now that stands for cost per click. So they're telling you what they think the average cost per click will be to be in the #1 position. And I'm going to put in 100, which means I'm willing to spend $100 per click. And I can kind of get an idea now as far as how many types of keywords I could create a site based off of. So maybe I would have an article written on Tokyo travel packages that would go on that site if I were to create it. Japanese travel agency would be another good one. There's a lot of competition and the top bid is $1.25. So I could easily get 40, 50-cent clicks off of that article page easily. Now we can go ahead and we can actually sort this by the highest, the bid price, which is Japan travel visa. And it has a advertiser competition of probably 20 advertisers or so. This one's pretty good. Japan travel package the bid is $1.77, and it's got a pretty decent amount of competition, as you can see by the bar graph there. Tokyo travel has got a huge amount. Travel packages. What's this one? Japan travel. Cheap travel. Brochure. So these are all the types of words that I would create and base my site around. So from here what we could do is maybe we could put in Japanese travel. I think I spelled it wrong. I'm going to spell check it real quick. And now I'm on the word tracker keyword tool, and this is simply going to give me an idea. So about 14 searches a day for Japanese travel agency. Japanese travel posters gets about 4 searches a day. So let's put in just Japanese and we'll hit me, and we'll see what other types of terms people are searching for. So it's a lot of girly stuff. I'm going to hit remove dubious to try to get rid of all that stuff. Models, symbols, animation, words. But we can just scroll down, and Japanese translator, that would be a good article to have on a travel blog. So this will just give you some additional ideas of the types of searches people are performing for Japanese related searches. Japanese history, Japanese dragons. So these are the types of articles I could have written, and I could add to that type of a site. So anyway, let's go forward here and let's look for some other sites that pop out real quick for me. calculusbc.info. That maybe Calculus British Columbia, something like that. What we'll do is we'll drop it into the Wayback Machine, and right there's not a lot of history there. You can see there's only, the site's been online for maybe a year or so, and then they got rid of it, so that's kind of funny right there. Let's see what this one is. Maybe this is a site based on a non-English language. Well, that doesn't make any difference one way or another because there's not enough history. So that first one we actually had a pretty good amount of history with, so it's not always like that. Okay, this site is based on a site that's not within the English language. So we'll go back, and that's really how this works. You just kind of go through these until you find one that's based on the English language, has a fair amount of history built up, and then you research the inbound links. Garcia. This site has the this site is also based on the non-English language. So we'll just kind of keep moving forward. This was our CTF, which stands for Capture the Flag, and they don't have any information on that, so I'm just going to move on. What's Rebel Shots? That's an interesting domain name. Pardon me, a bit of a cold today. Hey, this looks pretty good. This has got a lot of history. Site's been online for about 4 years. I'm going to go right away and just get this information plugging away in the Yahoo Site Explorer, and we'll see how many pages. Okay, 755 pages with 488 digital event photography. Bingo! This is what we're looking for here. Digital event photography. Let's go ahead and let's go back. It still hasn't come up yet, but it's trying to pull it up. So this is a pretty good looking site right here. It's got a lot of inbound, or it's got a lot of index pages, and it's got a lot of inlinks or inbound links. Let's see if we can find a link on this site, Surfline. Oh, so I bet you the pictures are from Rebel Shots. They are indeed. Okay, that's interesting. Just for the fun of it, let's go to Google. Let's see what the PR is on this site. Yeah, sure enough, it's a PR4, and let's see if it's showing. So it's showing backlinks too in Google. If they show a backlink in Google, that's really very, very good, and it's an indication that at one time the site was very strong. So 17-inch IMAX and no PowerMax forums, Rebel Shots, desktop, Bigger Bird, full service web something, maybe web, yeah, Rebel Shots. So I think what this designer created this old site, and it's on a PR3 probably. Yeah, it's on a PR3. So this is really a fantastic opportunity here for us to buy this domain. And there's 4 bids, so it's probably going to go over $100. But these are really the types of sites. You know what would be interesting is if this site was hyphenated, I bet you there wouldn't be as much competition for the domain. Also, if the domain was something other than a .com, it would probably be less attractive to true domainers that are interested in just the value of the domain alone. So those are some things to think about, and that's really how we do this, is we start at Wayback, and then we use these different tools like the Wayback Machine, the Yahoo Site Explorer. We can get information on advertisers and keyword bids at Google AdWords tool. We also can do further free site or term searching to see how many people are searching for the types of terms that relate to the expired domain at WordTracker. We can do that for free. And this is really where it starts. We can just go through these different sites and kind of comb through things and take our time. We're not in any hurry. We know that if we do this on a daily basis for a month, we'll end up with some great domains and we won't have to spend more than $50. So that's going to wrap this tutorial up, and I hope you found it helpful. It worked out pretty good earlier. I tried to do this, and actually Wayback Machine was down, and I had problems earlier with the levels of my voice. So I think we're there, and this will be the first tutorial. So we'll see you on the next one, guys.